Good evening. Hello. 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 Alright. Sitting here in Limsa, because we've got a Leviathan to go hunt down. Man. Look at that stuff. Holy shnikes, that's good. That is good looking equipment. Augmented crippler. That's cripplers? Wow. It's real nice. That's a really nice set. Alright, where are we going? Grey Fleet. Man, that's annoying. Middle and Aussie, I guess. I think that's actually closer. Wait, that's actually closer. I'll just get it lower. We can fly now. It's no big deal. Maybe saving that zoning time. About a little bit, I don't know. Sure that went out. Okay. Which elements? Ugh. Dear boy. Rectum. Yeah, that's what I thought. Now look here, you have your bloody story right after you carry those sacks of grain over to the mill. But sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you. And before I mucked out the chocobo stables. And before I rolled that millstone over to the mill. And also before... Gods, man, I worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days, and do you hear me complaining? I suppose some of us ain't made for the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Never let it be said that old Tractum ain't a generous soul. Now prick up your ears, cause I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take when sitting, you can? Ahem, the tale of Tractum's epic victory over the dread primal Leviabetus. Diabetes. Now, Leviabetus is huge, make no mistake. To give you an idea how big, each of his scales is about as wide across as me members long, and that's no mean feat. Let me tell you. Oh my goodness. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe out of my hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots, but not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let me mates and the company heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Mayhap too modest. Now, there's some as say you can never truly beat Leviabetus, and you've got to learn to live with him and make the best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. Hey, it's you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention is all. I take back everything I said. I was never part of the company, heroes. I'm the marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm chocobo dung. Oh, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in chocobo dung. I have to lie to women to tumble 'em, and that don't happen much. Me member's tiny is pathetic. I sure as hell didn't fight Leviathan, but I have seen him with my own eyes. It was a fair few years back when I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking me duties one day, loitering about the harbor, when I saw it. Great massive sea serpent, some miles off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I soiled myself right then and there and then. What? Oh gods, just remembering that day made me soil myself all over again. Hey, wait, if you're here asking about after Leviathan, it means you're planning to fight him, ain't you? Well, take care. He really is terrible, dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up with in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless, lying horse son! I can't believe you made me handle chocobo dung. Rest him. Cedric, this is Vinphilia. Are you able to learn aught of use against Leviathan? I beg your pardon, Leviathan. I see. This is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you at Morby Dry Docks. Pray and make your way here as soon as you are able. Okay. I can fly now. Oh. How did I manage to do that? Trying to fly along here. I better turn my chat window overlay on. I see everybody. I'm told your jaunt to the Grey Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lad. I'll wager it served take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. Twin vessel, the World Leader, I call her, is complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonnage, she has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. The World Eater and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word, and we shall bear you to Leviathan. Yeah. Ah, I know that look. You are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the World Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She's been fitted with what our friends at Nautic and Vermelis are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. Okay. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Dankred and Yustola, I would have you assist in this effort. It is to fulfill its purpose, your divisionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. We would welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sepsa, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Dankred and Yustola, if you would join the third levy, will end Lady Ugiri the fifth. Words. What words have I for the man who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these: go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, for your light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments, and add a few words of mine own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you, Cedric. May the crystal bless and keep you. Yeah. Alright, I gotta sign me up this. Hope it doesn't take 8 minutes. And alright, I will do this job quest, I guess. Don't mind me as I'm just gonna blaze through it. I've done all these before. So many blue quests. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, already outside. Okay. I've done these. That was a long time ago, but I've done these. So I'm not worried about what happens in the middle. Just want to get my XP and rewards, whatever it is. Yeah, XPs. Oh. After this, I know what I can do if it's still not in there. I guess I should just get Blade Mage. I like Scholar a lot more. A lot more. Actually. I'm going to do heals. I don't know, if I make it through a few more things. It would speed it up quite a bit. I don't know. Oh no, not stun. What am I gonna do? Bye. Breastblades are the buttholes again. What a surprise. What a surprise, the cups were the big guys again. I heard Dina crying. Dina! Dina, you want to be here? Here, Dina. What's up, Dina? What you need? Huh? What you need, Dina? Why are you crying? Just being a crybaby? What's up? Okay, bye. Bye then. Oh! Thanks to Dina's distraction, we made it through the queue. How nifty. Convenient. Thank you, Dina. was a long cutscene. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna make these people wait forever. Oh, there's probably gonna be somebody that else that needs to watch it. Just that we pull up on Leviathan and he's a butthole. Here we are. I need to work on mentor on my main. I want to be a mentor, but I need like 1,000 more commissions. Whatever. What are they called? Commendations. I love the way the music starts. We have a Grahatia. They're midnight. Sir Grahatia. We got in samurai gear and no. Couldn't even get the dot on him. Right. Oops. Get that one handled. Laying them then. Get that one. You gotta use it. Yeah. There we go. This is only hard, so yeah, the edge doesn't fall off, I guess, so it doesn't really matter. Boom, boom. Where's the Sahag in there? We're almost there already. And there it is. Yay! Leviathan's dead. Yeah, I'm so used to those in extremes versus hard modes. Yay, sure. let's see what happens. Cool. Okay. Scooby-chan. Okay. Command room. What? Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past few visits, but today I permit myself a few words. Ahem. I feel truly privileged to have had the honor of admitting a hero such as you. You're an inspiration to us all, sir, and on that note, the Admiral awaits you in the command room. Wink. Wink.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you.
Well, thank you. I did my best.
The first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Dog nod? No? Not even a nod.
'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Wink. Him.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence was something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
I'm already on it, you kitty.
That they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own.
I'm aware.
By my judgment,
already done it.
It should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Come on, Thancred.
You may labor to believe it. Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Just embarrassing the man. Good job, girls.
Julia, please!
It was would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
You could have just said that part. Said like, I'd take you, but we don't have.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
Figure that. Mutual benefits. Amazing, net.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
Give her the business, Yashtola.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Yashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagins' reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
So work it out.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning, but when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty.
Prevent the storm,
and I shall
Morweb.
do it.
Prevent the storm.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
I don't like that, Morweb. I don't like that at all. Not at all. And I get it, but still. The Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yugiri. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous hired man there and present the letter to him. He serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Now before you go, I'm obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you would be introduced abide in the shadows of limits of society. They value their independence more highly than pirates, and are united by a bond stronger than mithril. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. Though it be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words on parchment will get you only so far into their confidence. You must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. But here's the letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. Thanks. You. Over here? Over here. Alright. Shall we dance? Not yet. I can't dance yet. Aegis Path. Yeah, that's what I want to be. I can't complete the first job quest because I can't get to that area. But I could unlock it, couldn't I? Got business with me, Venturer? Yeah, I sure do, somehow. Oh, it's you guys, even though I don't know you guys, even though I'm already a ninja. So you're the man the Admiral sent word of. Oh. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred too. Been a while since I saw his shite eating grid. But what was it? All the doe-eyed wenches about? I suspect he's got his hands full. Ah, and you must be the far easterner that what Merlwib says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, my lady. I am Yugiri of Doma. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when I first learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa is a city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you've developed fighting techniques suited to those purposes. See. Know that the practitioners of my art, too, are denizens of the shadow. It is in stealth that our strength lies. There is much we might learn from one another, I think. And what in the seven hells are we waiting for? If you'd come with us, Yugiri of Do-What's-It? We can get acquainted in more private surrounds. That didn't come out right, did it? No, not really, man. Master Cedric, I shall remain with these people for a time, that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it would be my honor to welcome you as a student. You don't ever train anybody, though. Can't be trained by you. Another guy shows up. Teaches me to be a ninja instead. The 190 weapon coffer, bro. Through the maelstrom. Oh. Much and more has occurred since first I beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Mephilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, warrior of light. Fighting stones. Should I save it or should I? Oh, I should definitely. I don't know why. Okay. With my air knives. They're not bad. Alright. They're alright. Outlandish man. I'll get to you, Outlandish man. Out of sight, out of mind. Definitely pirates, maniac, manor. Those are all the hard mode dungeons. So this gives like no XP. Even for no XP at all. This gives a chunk, but still not a lot. I see. We're not gonna get a whole lot of XP, I guess. Unless I have to do dungeons.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand.
You know, what happened?
If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me.
Sure, okay.
When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo.
Oh, right, the Echo stuff.
Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove.
Like an Assi.
Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul. But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy.
Definitely a high-level technique.
It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed.
Fair bet, isn't it?
There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder. Could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
There he is.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Yeah.
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
Do we resolve
My
this?
lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
Oh,
more?
hey, thank you
Whatever
for the
do you
follow.
mean?
And I... Back me?
I
that
relate
right?
only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be.
Dial Val, is that involved in,
'Tis postulated that a magic
Eureka
was
stuff?
evoked, likened power to alter.
Or did we just never discover what happened there?
12 Preserve.
I don't remember at all. Just wrapping up patch 2.2 stuff.
If
About
there
to
are no other matters,
head into
I
patch
move
2.3.
that today's meeting be adjourned.
These guys. Hmm? Scary. Why is it so scary?
It is done, my lord. Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Don't you worry about it, guy.
revolution.
Oh. What? Definitely bad. Oh, it's gone pretty well. This ends, let me see. Pick up my... I don't need any earrings. This ends patch 2.2. Just burning through the post 2.0 patch quests on the way to Heaven's Word. How about yourself? Should I pick up healing? I guess I should pick up healing stuff. I still don't need earrings. I don't know why I'm looking at earrings. Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. Oriange will send word if there are any developments. Until such a time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns etheric fluctuations which we had previously attributed to good King Mogomog XII. But the king is no more as a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet all is not well in Twelveswood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, so I would have you... Celia, I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. What manner of problem? A band of refugees... I will probably eventually be, but not at the moment, as I have just barely started out. I certainly appreciate the offer, but nothing I'm looking into just yet. A band of refugees, hailing from Oda this time, are come to Revenant's Toll seeking asylum. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans, but still definitely on my mind. I will add that though. At present, they are in the 7th heaven awaiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. So yeah, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what would happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted. I'm gonna take note. But right at this moment, I'll have to pass. I do appreciate it, though. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. Cedric, I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. As at the moment, I'm not quite ready for that kind of stuff. Right now, this is just me chilling, playing main story quest and such. If for some reason I hit affiliate, I probably would be, but I don't see that happening for a long time, so I don't want to keep you in suspense. There we go. I apologize for keeping you waiting. My name is Benfilia, and I lead the Scions of the 7th Dawn. Well, be praised, it is you. We're ready and willing to work, same as the Domans. Just give us a task and we'll see it done. Pray, calm yourselves. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I know not of your situation. Beg your pardon, antecedent. I ain't so good with words. We've been living off the scraps of Oda for years now, trying to piece together a life to replace the one that what got took. They say there's work, but there's not for an honest man. Not as wouldn't sully his soul sooner than his palms, any road. Flames do what they can for us, of course, but it ain't near enough. And it's only getting worse. When the calamity brought us to our knees, those rich bastards in the city didn't help us up. They climbed on our backs. I don't pretend to be clever, but even I can see what's coming. I knew we had to run, and the only question was where. Then it came to me. Revenant's Toll. I mean, you took them foreigners in, didn't you? So you'd surely do the same for us. I fear the situation is rather more complicated. But it's true that we accepted the Doman's petition for aid. That decision was the product of extraordinary circumstances. I sympathize deeply with your plight, but pray understand that it is not possible for an organization of our means to aid all who have been affected by the calamity. So it is with great regret that I must deny your request. But we've nowhere else to go. You're turning your back on us? If I might have a word. Tataru's ought to miss. Ill tidings from Odal, my lady. Alphino has been wounded. I forget what happened in this patch completely. What? How? Is it serious? I cannot say for certain, but I fear it might be. According to the Flames, the refugees started a riot. They went wild, apparently, lashing out at any and everyone. That can't be right. Why would they? They must have been provoked. The demonstration was meant to be peaceful. Seven hells, now the Blades have an excuse. They'll round us up and kill anyone who tries to resist. Antiston, please, if you won't help us build a new life, at least help us keep the ones we've got. My lady. We are not ones to stand idly by and watch innocents suffer. However, until we know more of the circumstances surrounding this riot, I'm not certain what aid, if any, we can provide. If the authorities determine that the refugees attacked without provocation, then those responsible will have to answer for their actions. How can you be so blind? Find Alphino and quickly. If he's in danger or worse, I would have you and none other by his side. Thank you. Pray do not concern yourself with the matter we were discussing earlier. Ida and Papalima will see to it. Alphino is being treated at the Hourglass. Hurry, Cedric. The Hourglass. Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, the Hourglass is the inn portion. Okay. One second here. What am I doing? Pop over the Ethernet. So I'm ready. Oh, that one's Reaper. And now wait to unlock that. Me turn in. Where's the other one? Oh, he's at the drowning. Man. Oh well. I thought he was back here again. Alphino, are you okay, Alphino? Alphino.
You must have gathered by now that Tataru is given to exaggeration.
I mean, that's fair.
As you can see, I am quite well. Ulda, on the other hand, is not. This riot was anything but an isolated incident.
Oh? What's happening?
There is a restlessness in the air. Tensions long simmering are at last threatening to boil over. Ulda is a nation infamous for the great disparity between the wealthy and the poor. The majority of the populace accepts this state of affairs because they believe that every man bears responsibility for his own lot in life.
Sounds very familiar.
To an Uldan, money is the foremost. and some would say the only measure of a man's worth. Small wonder that the wealthiest wield the greatest influence.
Just say old Dawes America.
So where do the refugees fit into this social hierarchy? What place is there for those who fled Alamigo and the destruction of the Calamity?
Well,
plainly, there is none. They have no wealth, no power, and no worth. To the Ul'Dan way of thinking, they may as well not exist.
Great top.
Choosing to ignore their existence, however, is patently not an option. General Rauban and the Sultana understand this, which is why they ordered the Immortal Flames to provide the refugees aid and succor. Yet none would dispute that the expenses incurred by this policy grow by the day, with no end in sight. This has prompted more and more Uldans to question their obligation to aid these worthless wanderers.
Yeah, because you treat them like that, though.
While more and more refugees have come to resent their treatment at the hands of the sneering citizenry.
As they should.
The manner of Lord Lolorito's refusal to grant the Dolmens asylum bespoke a disdain for all refugees, an attitude shared by the rest of the monetarists. And you may be sure they make no effort to conceal their opinions.
Yeah.
It was only a matter of time before the refugees united in protest, nor is it any surprise that some among them would ultimately resort to violence.
I think that's the main.
That the Immortal Flames should choose this of all occasions to engage in joint training exercises with the other Grand Companies. By the time they return, the situation may well have deteriorated beyond mending.
Oh no. Unfortunate timing. I'm sure that's just a coincidence, right? Okay. 10's getting very nice. As I told you before, it was all but inevitable that an incident of this kind would eventually occur given the rising tensions within the Sultanate. Nevertheless, I have reason to believe that this particular riot may not have begun spontaneously. Have I piqued your interest, your curiosity? Good. Then you will accompany me to the Hall of Flames. I would hear what General Bond has to say upon the matter. Yeah, I would suspect it wasn't just a coincidence. That timing, huh? Raban, I'm going to talk to you from the window again. Now is not a good time, Private Nightvale. My hands are full dealing with the refugees. Precisely the matter we wish to discuss, General. Off you know, back on your feet already? You may credit my swift recovery to your chirurgeon. My memories of the riot are still somewhat muddled. I trust you managed to regain control of the situation? Not entirely. We secured the city soon enough, but not before the unrest had spread to the surrounding territories. Pockets of resistance remained throughout Thanalan. We have sent what forces we can spare to root out the last of the belligerents, but progress is slow. They are damnably... I can well imagine. Given what the majority of refugees live outside the walls, it stands to reason that they would know the lay of the land. What I do not understand is how they came to be so well prepared. Before my little accident, I observed that several of the refugees were armed, not with butcher's knives or pitchforks, but with martial weaponry. I need hardly add that such equipment is costly. None can deny the tensions between the Ul'Dan citizenry and the refugee population have increased since the Dolmens were turned away. But would that motivate a starving man to purchase arms in lieu of food? I think not. And what of those who have not even a single gil to spend? Who could not survive without the aid provided by the Immortal Flames? Surely they would sooner sell a weapon than to bring it to bear against their benefactors. Come to the point. Very well. My point, General, is that this powder keg of discontent was not set alight by chance. These events were deliberately set in motion, and now order must be restored. That is my first duty. Until it is done, any investigation can wait. I do not have time to discuss this. My scouts will be returning anon. Come on, man. General is no fool. He keeps his own counsel, and with good cause. Were he to claim, without the necessary proof, that these riots were instigated by outside forces, the Monetaris would accuse him of attempting to shirk responsibility. After all, he and the Sultana have been the most outspoken proponents of refugee aid. Regardless, they will face harsh criticism in the days ahead. Our allies may stumble upon the truth in time, but I have far more faith in your ability, Cedric. Therefore I propose we conduct our own investigation, independent of the authorities. To that end, I would have you make inquiries in the settlements suspected of harboring belligerents. Commander Swift will know which they are. He may balk at a request for such information, but I have no doubt that you can persuade him with your silver tongue. I, meanwhile, shall seek answers in my own way, after which we can regroup and share our findings. Well then, shall we? Sure, Alfino. Sure, Alfino. And give me 1 second. Cats are very crybabies. Get them food and be right back. talk to the Flame Commander. That's a much taller bunny, but he's got huge ears. You look as though you have something to say, Private Nightvale. Do you? What you ask is no simple favor. For such information to fall into the wrong hands, the lives of countless soldiers would be at risk. Even so, there is wisdom in your words. An able individual, even one with ties to the flames, may be better suited to this task than a regiment. Very well. The brass blades have reported suspicious activity in the vicinity of Lost Hope. It may be unrelated to recent events, but we doubt it. I suggest you begin by speaking to the blades posted there. Sure thing, Chief. Go right outside, right? Oh, a black brush? How lazy am I? I'm that lazy. I am that lazy. I don't know why I thought I was not. But I certainly am. I know these guys. I expect them to send you, Cedric. I take this means someone has read my report. Refugees who left with the merchant have yet to return, and I am increasingly concerned that Zazawaka's suspicions were correct. You haven't the foggiest what I'm talking about, do you? Never mind. Speak with Zazawaka. He will explain everything. What brings you here, adventurer? A search for refugees? Well then, you've come to the right place. Oh, you mean those refugees? Oh no, you won't find them here. Most of the people of Lost Hope have come to accept their situation and are content to pass their days in peace and quiet. Outsiders have trouble understanding that, like that merchant who passed through recently. Gregarious fellow, but awfully opinionated. Can't say I was sad to see him go. The merchant, huh? It's definitely not a Lalafell, right? Zazawaka. I don't think I've ever gone in here, except for this quest. Ah, don't hurt me, I'm not one of them. I beg your pardon? You're of the Flames, but you're not with the Flame? See. If Leofric bids you speak with me, then I take it you've agreed to help. Well, be praised for that, because we haven't a moment to waste. Everyone knows the Flames are on the march. The others have fallen under that fanatic's spell, but not I. Promises of revolution and retribution of holding the ruling class to account and taking that which is owed? Ha! A childish fantasy. I did everything I could to dissuade the others from leaving, but few would heed my words. Now that one of our idealists has returned, however, the madness of the merchant's plan is plain for all to see. Look behind yonder tent and you will understand why. Even now he babbles incoherently, so traumatized is he by the bloodshed he witnessed. Try as I might, I can make little sense of his words beyond the fact that he was not alone in surviving. Yet I've no doubt that merchant will lead the remainder to their doom. I beg of you, find them before he does. What are you doing? Don't draw, don't draw, don't draw, don't draw, don't draw. Why didn't you run away with me? We could have escaped together. Then you'd be here, with me. Be here to soothe me. Why? Why did you have to stay and leave me alone? Soothe. Calm down, man. Calm down. Alright. Who are you? What do you want? Aye, it's true. I followed the merchant. May the gods strike me down for my folly. What they would not give, you must take, he said. When we asked how, he revealed a cache of weapons he had brought and implored us to seize control of our fates. I thought about running then and there, but the others were so excited. He split us into two groups, sent us off on our own. But when the Flames found us, we didn't know what to do. Our leader tried to parley with theirs, but then they started arguing and then fighting. And then everyone was fighting. Flames were shouting to give no quarter and... Oh god, it's the other group. They're still out there. If we don't stop them, they'll be massacred like mine was. That's definitely bad. Definitely no good. The other refugees are hiding in the cave south of Lost Hope, but to approach them would be fruitless. They would sooner call us agents of the Sultan and try to kill us than listen to reason. Why, the twins might even deign to do the deed themselves. Packs on all bloody sellswords. They were supposed to train us to fight, but the ones they sent with us vanished during the struggle. Oh, if only we had never listened to the merchant's ridiculous claims. He said our cause was righteous and the gods would never suffer us to be defeated. So, they were forced to confront reality. That's it. Challenge the twins to combat and show my brethren that the strongest warriors are no match for one man. Mayhap then they will agree to lay down their arms and renounce this plot. Alright. That makes sense. Back to fight 2-on-1. Right down this river, right? Peach milk. I've never had peach milk. Do they make peach milk? Strawberry and chocolate is given. Even mint. Peach milk. Peach milk sounds interesting. I guess they make peaches and cream. That's pretty close, right? 7 hells, they found us. Everyone, grab your gear and make for the rendezvous point. That's your game, is it? Sorry to disappoint you, lad, but we're more than willing to kill you yourselves. Okay. You're not going to, though, so I don't know. I mean, look. It's been 3 hits, man. You couldn't take 3 hits from me. Skill can be used to buy loving. What are you people talking about in chat? What? That was not what I meant to say and shout. I'm sure it's not. Midare. Are you guys done yet? Because I just fought like 6 of you. You beat him like it was nothing. All almighty, what are we gonna do now? You're gonna give up on this. That's what you're gonna do now. You guys got tricked. You guys got sweet talked in a revolution. By a billionaire who just wants more power than the other billionaires. Hey, I stopped them. You returned? Did you find my brethren? What are the twins? What happened? I see. Well, you had no choice, but better that a handful of them take a beating from you than the lot get butchered by the flames. Tell me, what did the merchant have to say when it was over? Huh? But where else would he be? Unless he went to Stone's Throw to recruit others. Yeah, dude definitely took off. Need that. I don't need that one. I kept that one. Merchant wished to approach the refugees in Stone's Throw, but what was waiting until the flames withdrew their forces from the vicinity. Now that they have, there's nothing to stop him from continuing his work. How many more must perish in pursuit of this futile cause? How much more suffering must we endure before it ends? Find him, convince him to cease his mad quest. It will surely lead us to ruin. Search for the merchant. Okay. I say it forever and ever, but flying here is so amazing and I love it. So glad they added it. Thought I missed that S rank. Should I be getting tank stuff? Man, I don't know what I should be getting. Hello. You look scared. Are you crying? Crying. Have you seen my parents? I haven't, child. They told me to stay here with the others. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been days. They left with the man from Oda. The man said they were going to change everything. Make it so he could live inside the walls with everyone else. I liked it when he said that. I didn't like it when he talked about making the rich people pay. Everyone looked so angry, and I got scared. Say, mister, are you looking for someone? I'm looking for that merchant. You mean the man who left with my parents? But I don't know where he... Wait, look, over there. I think that's him. Well now, which of these gullible fools shall be my next victim? Me! Come talk to me, sir. Yeah, run away, boy. He's getting away. Go get him, mister. I got you, kid. Don't worry about it. I can fly. Trustful merchant. I guess what? You're gonna tell me what's happening. You again. Why are you pursuing me? Sedition, treason, revolution. That's preposterous. Who has filled your head with these lies? Refugees? The self-same refugees who terrorize the streets of Oda? Ah. You have no evidence to prove your accusations. None. No, I would not accompany you to the Hall of Flames. You have no right to detain me. Good. For the sake of argument, let us say I did do the things you claim. Surely you don't think I give a kicker's arse about politics. It was business, only business. I'm gonna beat you. Uh-oh. We both know I'm not the one you want. However, if you agree to protect me, I swear I shall tell you everything. Oh! The heck of a shot. What's all this commotion? 7 hells. Tell the others to spread out and search the area. The killer may still be close. I love fellas in plate armor. It's great. Forward, adventurer. I would know more about your relationship with the victim, as well as the events leading up to his death. This man was responsible for the recent riots. Mayhap we owe his murderer a debt of gratitude. In any case, it is obvious you are not the one whom we seek. You carry on with your investigation, Scion. Thank you for recognizing that, at least. Yeah, I'm just gonna pop back inside. Estrogen Leno. I love reading people's names. If there's anything good. Anything good here? There's good names, but what? Beep boop up. That's what I'm looking for. Beep boop up. Hottest orange. Okay. Delta blue. What news, Private Nightvale? Where is the merchant? Murdered? Came at all the 7th hell. He was not simply murdered, Private. He was silenced. Too many knew his face, and he was ready to divulge his secrets. Do not despair, though. You may be closer to identifying the true orchestrator of these riots than you realize. nice. I don't. This I don't need that. Take this one. Suppose. What is this? Piece for Thanline. I don't know which one that is. Yeah, pick it up. I don't know what that unlocks. Switch has a message for you from General Bond. The Flame General left word that you were to proceed to the Fragrant Chamber as soon as you return. He wishes to discuss your recent discoveries, as well as the results of our own investigation. Master Alphino has already been informed and should be waiting for you outside. Pray proceed to the Royal Promenade with all haste and speak with Bartholomew. Okay. I have 250 stones. Oh, that's not quite enough. Okay. 280 tons. What I need. We've been expecting you, sir. Please proceed inside. Okay. Pick up this Healy necklace first.
Commander Swift has kept us apprised of your recent activities. You've made great strides towards quelling the violence.
You've added so much voice in the post-patch main story quests.
Despite our best efforts to determine what provoked this uprising, the truth continues to elude us. Have you uncovered aught which might shed some light on the mystery?
This information does not leave this room.
No problem.
The Syndicate's decision to reject the Doman refugees' appeal for asylum had lasting repercussions. A number of those displaced by the calamity claimed it was proof of a policy of discrimination. Together with a group of Alamegan refugees, they organized a series of demonstrations to protest against the Sultanate.
Sounds fine.
Demonstrations which became heated, but did not descend into violence. Until a certain incident served as a call to arms.
A unit of brass blades sent to supervise a demonstration loosed arrows upon unarmed protesters.
Oh wow, the cops shot unarmed protesters?
It was this atrocity which prompted the refugees to take up arms. I need not tell you what followed.
Shock.
We assumed at first that the attack was born of a miscommunication. When emotions run high, they happen. But suspicions were raised regarding the unit's commanding officer, whom I ordered interrogated.
Should.
Sure enough, our fears were soon confirmed. The dog confessed that a merchant had offered him coin to give the order. A merchant in the employ of Teleji Adeleji.
Absolutely. What a surprise.
Teleji Adeleji. But he spoke in favor of the Doman's cause, and has ever seemed sympathetic towards the refugees' plight. Why would he do such a thing?
For his own pursuits, of course.
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye. Some might even call it a battlefield.
Who would get all the profits from this, I wonder? Who would profit
The destruction wrought by Bahamut was greatest at the Cartano Flats. That much is common knowledge. What is less well known is that his rampage laid bare ancient Alagon ruins, of which no record existed. There are certain differences of opinion as to how these ruins should be handled, which is why each nation maintains a military presence in the region to this day. Yet differ though we may, we are still allies. Therefore, in the interest of preserving the Eorzean alliance, we have reached an agreement. Any conflict which may arise during the course of military exercises in the region shall have no bearing on relations between our nations.
Hey, they can just fight each other for fun?
In full knowledge of this delicate state of affairs, Teleji Adeleji proposed the Cartano Reclamation Bill. A shameless bloody ruse which stands to benefit him in but one conceivable way.
Access to those ruins.
If successful, he will gain control over the disputed territory under the guise of assisting in the resettlement effort. And you can be sure he'll build an orphanage next to every Alagon ruin.
And have them work the ruins.
Threaten the unity of the Eorzean alliance and risk countless lives for personal gain.
Not a shock. I don't know why you guys are
walks a
surprised.
path all his own, independent of any faction and beholden to none of his fellows on the Syndicate.
By inciting the less fortunate to violence, he hopes to convince others that the Cartano Reclamation Bill is the only viable solution. His sympathy for the plight of the Domins was not but posturing to gain credibility with the refugees. Of that there can be no doubt.
Sounds like a fair assessment. Me?
Forgive me, but what could possibly motivate Teleji Adeleji to go to such lengths? What is so special about these ruins that he would risk his position on the Syndicate, and, most likely, charges of treason against the Sultanate?
There's a lot of Omega.
Pardon?
Oh, they knew of Omega back here?
An
Back
Alagon monstrosity, not unlike the Ultima weapon. Mayhap larger, we know not. It has yet to be fully excavated.
It's not Alagon, though.
Alagon inscriptions indicate that it was created to fell Bahamut himself. If accurate, it might explain why Nail Van Darnus chose to bring the Red Moon down upon the Cartano Flats. Given the ends he went to ensure Eorzea's annihilation, destroying the one weapon which could stay the Elder Primal may well have seemed like good sense.
When first I bore witness to the power of the Ultima weapon, I doubted the evidence of my senses. And now you tell me there is another such weapon, one which could contend with Bahamut. Bahamut!
Actually, it was chasing Midgardsormr.
We were skeptical ourselves. Truth be told, until the Ultima weapon's existence came to light, we thought the inscription had been mistranslated.
At present, Omega is more akin to a fossil than a tool of war, having long since ceased to function. As such, its true potential cannot accurately be gauged. However, if someone were to restore it, as the Garleans did the Ultima weapon, I have little doubt that he would wield untold power.
That sounds like what he'd be going
Power
for, yeah.
enough to subjugate Uldar like as not, and the rest of Eorzea besides, which is doubtless why Teleji Adeleji yearns to have it.
That he should aspire to world domination. He who has ever walked 2 paces behind Lord Lolorito in matters of commerce.
That's probably why,
It
though,
is
right?
an acknowledgement of his own limitations that he seeks this power. Woe betide us all should we allow him to have it.
Pray waste no time chasing rats. Only a fool would believe that secrets can be kept in Uldar.
It would seem the implications of the Sultanate's refugee problem are rather more far-reaching than we assumed.
Very complicated business here. Yeah. Alright. Off you go. Oh. Where am I at? Oh, I'm getting there. I should be glad to know the truth, and yet the thought that all this chaos was part of one man's... Alright, ha. The product of one man's lust for power sickens me. How long do you think they intend to hide the existence of Mega from the inside? That they even felt the need to do so is most troubling. It would be in our best interest to learn more of the military activities in the disputed territories. You are, of course, the scion best suited to this task. Private Nightvale, do take a moment to visit the Hall of Flames and make inquiries at the earliest available opportunity. Sure. Be gone, whelp. This is no place for children. You don't have to be so rude. Sorry, it's Ellie. Ellie, what's wrong, Ellie? Alright, I was looking for you, mister. Said you were looking for the man who left with my parents? You know this girl? So he visited Stone's Throw as well? Let's see. Did you find the man? Were my parents with him? They were not, I am afraid. However, I can think of several places they might be. If you like, we can go and look for them together. Really? You'll help me look, mister? Of course, but first I must needs finish speaking with my friend. He's telling me a secret, you see, so no one else is allowed to listen. Mayhap you could wait for me by that pillar over there? We require but a moment. Okay, mister, I'll be waiting. I'll take her to the quicksand. Mayhap Momodi will know what to do. A legion of Garleans, an Aether-starved primal, even dealing with an Ascian would be preferable to this charade. Sometimes I fear Minfilia is too ambitious. Rush hither and yon in response to threats as they arise, without concern for the strain it places on our limited resources. And ourselves. Mayhap the time has come for a change. Cedric, this is Minfilia. I know this is sudden, but I must ask you to return to Revenant's Toll with all due haste. The situation in Twellswood has taken a turn for the worse. I will explain in detail once you arrive. May I get back, Alfino? Sorry. Twellswood? And the primal threat she spoke of before has been confirmed? I received no reports of Exelia activity, which leaves the Sylphs? Go, Cedric. You know as well as I that the appearance of a primal takes precedence over all else. Oh, and when you arrive, do inform the antecedent that while I am grateful for her concern, she needn't fear for my safety. I am more than capable of protecting myself. Rising stones. Okay. Any blue quests? Oh, so many. I mean, and Thancred. Oh. It's a relief to see you healthy and hale, Cedric. The latest news from Oda was most disturbing. Clearly, the only injury Alfino suffered was to his ego. Doubtless it will heal ere long. The other scions will need to be present for this meeting. If you are ready to begin, I will summon them now. Okay. I need a bracelet. I don't need a bracelet. Oh, I do need it. I definitely need a bracelet. Maybe we can even fight Leviathan today. See, it's getting... Thank you for responding to my call with such haste. Rest assured, I should not have summoned you were it not urgent. To business then. I have received some most disturbing news from the Order of the Twin Adder. They have reason to believe that the Sylphs may have called forth their revered guardian, the Primal Ramu. Sorry, may have? That is not certain. The Elder Seatsier informs us that the elementals themselves murmur of the Lord of Levin's return to the forest. Sylph lands, however, display no signs of undue commotion. Forgive me, Anticis, but the fact need not contradict the elemental's testimony. Unlike his more bellicose compeers, Garuda and so on, Ramu is reputed to act only in the defense of his children. I imagine he would soon make his presence known if any were foolish enough to directly endanger the Sylphs or their territory. The abruptness of this development concerns me. Were we not keeping a close watch on the Touch Ones and their movements? If preparations for a summoning ritual were indeed underway, it would surely not have escaped your notice. Oh, it didn't. I was pretty sure it was going to happen, just not this soon. I beg your pardon, you foresaw this eventuality and did not to prevent it? I told Papalimo, I suppose I could have reported things to Minfilia earlier, but there honestly wasn't much we could do except wait and see. You know how the Sylphs feel about people poking around in their territory. They already summoned Ramu once, right after the Calamity, but that was because the Garleans came tramping through the forest. And so long as Castor Morian stands, the Sylphs cannot be blamed for wishing to have their guardian deity on hand. In short, Ida and I are in agreement. The actions of the forest folk were inevitable and unavoidable. And I maintain that observation would have remained the best policy had it not been for the sudden influx of strangers in the Black Shroud. That, alas, we did not foresee. By all accounts, the recent violence in Ul'dah drove a number of refugees to seek safety under the concealing canopy of the trees. It is like that the Sylph perceived this panic migration as yet another invasion and quickened their efforts to summon their god. I am put in mind of Titan and the Kobolds. Once again, it is the affairs of men which have paved the way for a Primal's coming. Indeed, one cannot help but wonder what manner of place Eurasia would be without the civilizing influence of mankind. But that as it may, this regrettable development does afford us a unique opportunity. Cedric, through your dealings with the Sylphs of Little Solace, you once succeeded in preventing an untimely conflict with Gridania. I wonder, might one who has treated with the Sylphs so fruitfully in the past not achieve similar success with their patron deity? If Ramu can be convinced of our intentions, it may be the first step to breaking the cycle of primal summoning. A fond hope. Were such a thing possible, we would not have been at war with the Beastmen since time immemorial. But maybe this time we can... Let us continue this discussion anon. We must needs first consult with the nation most affected by Ramu's presence. The Elder Seatsier has requested your personal involvement, Cedric. Pray report to Commander Hello at the Adder's Nest as soon as you're able. Steel yourself for the worst. While I hope for peaceful resolution to this matter, experience suggests that your meeting with the Lord of Levin will prove less than amicable. In such an event, your fellow Scions will, of course, lend you whatever support you require. Yeah, I'm sure they will. The Adder's Nest. What is this one? King lives. Clear this up here. Subject of the Scions, your arrival has been most anticipated. The appearance of a primal has ever caused for alarm and unease. Though my men stand ready for any eventuality, I know of none more qualified than you to snuff out this threat. Indeed, I would have you do so without delay. The Elder Seatsier, however, would speak with you first. She is of the opinion that your diplomatic, rather than martial skills, may better serve our cause. I will leave further explanation to our learned leader. Pray, make your way to Nafika's altar. Conjurer in attendance will admit you to the lotus stand. Okay. What other quests you got here? Self-tribe quests. Right. Let me in, please.
Scions of the Seventh Dawn, on behalf of the people of Gridania, I bid you welcome. Your presence is of great comfort to us all in these days of uncertainty. I summoned you here to share tidings of a most urgent nature. But a short while ago, the great elemental spoke, and his voice was clarion in its intensity. Ramuh is returned unto the forest. Scarce had his words ceased to echo in mine ears when we were visited by an emissary from Little Solace. Our guest informs us that the sylphs too have sensed the presence of the Lord of Levin. Though his exact whereabouts remain unknown, we may safely assume that the primal was summoned within the heart of the Sylphlands. Unlike the other primals you have encountered, Lord Ramuh is no raging avatar of destruction. He is revered as much for his wisdom as his strength, serving as both arbiter and guardian to his children. Given that we and the Sylphs found a way to share the Twelveswood, it is my hope that this sagely immortal will be amenable to reason, and that conflict may be avoided.
Amenable.
Blessed as you are with the power of the Echo, you are one of the few among us who may commune with a primal without fear of influence. I would ask, therefore, that you represent us in this most delicate of negotiations.
That makes sense to me.
The Twelveswood has suffered enough. Upon this, we and the Sylphs, and I would venture Lord Ramuh himself, are in perfect accord. Let us not endanger our shared home by engaging in unnecessary hostilities. Dear friend, I beseech you, safeguard the peace which exists between our peoples.
Sure. I'll do what I can.
You have my thanks. Pray make for Little Solace, then. A member of the Order of the Twin Adder awaits you there. He will advise you on how to find the Lord of Levin. An ill wind blows through the forest. Yet, it is not only the Twelveswood that flinches at its coming. All the lands of Eorzea shiver in dread anticipation. Have care.
Okay. Little Solace. Man, that's expensive for being in the next zone over. I could just go like this. Stop by over here, clear this out. I have to do bunch of these anyway. Yeah. Oh, that's extreme. I definitely don't need to do extremes. But it's unlocked anyway. So that's okay. Cedric of the Scions, I was told to expect you. I understand you go to treat with the primal Ramu himself, an unenviable task, but one for which I have no doubt you are well suited. I've been told that your fellow Scions are conducting an investigation of the area as we speak, that we might ascertain the location where the Lord of Leven might be found. I would ask that you abide here until they return with their findings. Okay. I was told that a messenger would be sent as soon as your fellow Scions finish their investigation. I do not imagine it will be much longer. This one returns, and returns with good tidings. Wise ones have finished searching, and have wisely identified the precise location where the touched one summoned Lord Ramu. Your timing is impeccable, my fluttery friend. Might you be so kind as to escort this good man to his fellow Scions? It would be this one's pleasure, walking one. Please come with this one. Could I just fly over? That'd be great. Yeah, heck yeah I can. This area is a pain in the butt. Getting to fly is amazing. Mexio. I'm here, Mexio. Wise ones have ventured deep within the Sylphlands. These ones must proceed carefully and keep an eye out for the touched ones. No problem. Do what you need to, man. I'm just gonna fly over everything. This one is most sorry, but this one can go no further. Draw too close to Lord Ramu, and this one may turn mean and nasty like touched ones. So this one must say farewell for now. Walking one will find wise ones not far from here, to the south. Go in safety, walking one. Okay. Right on top of it. So it's actually you. I'm relieved. For a moment I thought we were dealing with another one of those confounded sylph tricksters. I swear with them wreaking havoc with their skin-changing magics, it's a wonder I was able to finish taking my measurements. Yes, it was quite the ordeal. You should have seen the look on Estrola's face when the one impersonating you suddenly showed up. That's quite enough, Pepolimo. Ahem, my apologies. It's not like me to ramble, so. At any rate, as I was saying, I finished measuring etheric activity in the area, and I'm pleased to say I've reached an indisputable conclusion. To wit, that Ramu was called forth in the vicinity of the Sylph's Aetheryte. Come, Cedric, the Lord of Leven awaits. I feel like there was a lot more that happened here before. I know they cut this down too. So I think you gotta like keep going, like you gotta keep seeing them like all through the area. Run away! I gotta take more pictures.
Nora betrays thee, servant of hiding. the Bringer of Light, Bane of Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, and Leviathan.
All true.
I am Ramu, guardian of the children of the forest. Thou tramplest upon sacred soil, Bringer of Light. By what right doth man intrude in this sanctuary of the sylphs?
I came to talk to you. I just wanna like work something out.
The Gridanians proffer peace? Their words are born of delusion, thine offer an insult.
Oh.
Thou speakest of harmony, yet carest naught for my children's desires. They did but wish to dwell beneath these boughs in solitude. Yet even that was too much to ask of man. Thus did they turn to me for succor. The sentence I pronounce upon thy kind is just. Redanian or Garlean, it matters not. The good intent of one excuseth not the misdeeds of the other.
But what?
Thy
It does, though.
conflicts have brought naught but anguish and misery unto the forest. All blame doth lie with the darkness that resideth in the breast of man.
You're victim blaming right now, man. We don't want to fight the Garleans either. We want them to leave us alone.
This calamitous seed. In the beginning, no such duality existed. Were light and dark given form when man was born?
Technically, yes.
It would explain much. Not least why strife and sorrow follow ever in thy wake. Thou canst not deny the urgings of thine own nature. Knowing that thy mere presence here portendeth tragedy, wilt thou persist in this pretense of peacemaking?
Yes.
Thou bearest the crystal which I bestowed upon my wayward charges, that they should entrust so precious a gift to thee. Thou standest apart from thy kin. Thou art the bringer of light, aye, but there is something more in thee. Very well. I shall consider thy proposal. Shouldst thou survive my trial.
Oh.
If thou wouldst champion the cause of harmony, I must have proof that thou art fit to play the role. Wither mine ire, and prove to me thereby that thou hast strength enough to stay the darkness which threateneth to consume thee.
Sure.
Yet if thou shouldst be found wanting, know that all men shall perish in the storm of my judgment.
I mean, that's a bit extreme.
Come to me, bringer of light. I shall await thee on the field of battle.
Okay. I can fit you in here, Leviathan, or
Urianger,
Ramu.
it is rare indeed to find you so far from a tome.
The Lord of Levin himself. Never till this day had I looked upon his visage, save in painted renderings made faint by time. Ever shall this scene remain etched in my mind's eye. Beg pardon, my lady. I must beg thine aid on a point of research. If thou art resolved to face Lord Ramu, I would ask thy leave to observe the event.
Sure, why not? Why are you suddenly so interested in Ramu? see if we can fit this in here. I'm gonna pop around to some areas. Way. Genia, you crying again? This. I don't know what this one unlocks. Genia? Oh. Genia, just a couple more minutes. Oh, I know what this. Papa. Odin. Must be about Odin. Genia. Got one healer. Please try roulette, people. My aid. Yeah. Oh, peaceful. Here. Read hard. Genia. Fly over this. Get over it right here. Just barely. Okay, well, it looks like it's not gonna make it in time. So, we'll have to fight Ramu first thing tomorrow. What's gonna happen? It's just gonna be how it is, I guess. Right. What that means is I will catch y'all tomorrow at 6:30 EST, PDT, 3:30 PDT, 7:30 AM JST. Alright, I will see you then. Have a good one.